like to give you some progressions now to do in the key of C, some basic progressions that you hear every day in pop songs and even classical music. And a prerequisite for this is playing the dominant sevenths in Unit 4. I recently posted 3 different lessons because there's 12 of them. And it's important that you know where these dominant sevenths lie in all their inversions and that you have experience playing them. So today we're going to use them, but in a slightly altered form. We're going to leave out the 5th of the dominant 7th chord in each case. So what I'd like to start with is C major, and we're going to do what's called a 1-4-5-1 progression. It's the basis of blues, all of rock and roll, 50s, all the way up to now, 1-4-5. It's just used so much, and it would be a good thing for you to know in all of the different keys. So we're going to begin with C major, C, E, G, with 1, 2, and 4, and that's called the 1 chord. And then we're going to go up to our 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is F major, and we're going to play that in second inversion with 1, 3, 5. Okay? And then the G7th chord, the 5-7 chord, is going to be B, F, and G. And we're going to leave out the D. It just sounds a lot cleaner without the 5th. And also, excuse me, when you play the G in the bass, you're unconsciously or subconsciously hearing this D. Here it's very faint in that G7th chord. An explanation of this in harmonics is for another day, though. So we have 1, 2, 4. We have 1, 3, 5 on C, F, A, and then we have 1, 3, 4 on B, F, G. And that brings us back to 1, 2, 4 on C, E, G. Okay? And then the bass, you have 2 options. You could play the 1, the C, the 4 is F, 5 is G, and back to the C, and you could play it in this register, or you could go down. You could go C, F down here with your pinky, and then G with your 4th finger, and back to your thumb. So I'll do it both ways, actually, all right? So we're going to have 3 beats on each chord. I'll be counting 1, 2, 3, and then 1, and we'll come in. Here we go. 1, 2, and I'm bouncing, see? 2, see these little, I'm not connecting chords, I'm not connecting anything. Don't connect anything. Now I'm going to go down in the left hand. Pick up, drop, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. As a general rule, never try to connect structures that have more than 1 note in the hand. A chord has 3 notes. Think of it as a separate structure that you play, a separate physical event. Then you pick up and you do the next physical event, okay? Don't try to do stuff like that, okay? There's no reason to do that. And it impedes the motion of your fingers when you try to do that. This way, with disconnecting, your wrist is free and your fingers are free to move more. All right. Next, we're going to do the exact same thing, but starting in a different inversion. We're going to have the C on top of the C chord. So we're going to have a first inversion C triad, E, G, C, with 1, 2, 5. Then our 4 chord will be F, A, C with 1, 3, 5. Okay? And then the 5, 7 chord, the G7th chord, is going to be F, G, and B. And we're leaving out the D. And that's with 1, 2, 4. And that'll bring us back to 1, 2, 5 on E, G, C for the C chord. So this is how it sounds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bounce, bounce. To pick everything up and come down. Now I'll change the bass. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. All right, next up, we're going to move the inversion of the C chord to the second inversion as a starting point. And we have G, C, E with 1, 2, 4. Second inversion, C. Then we have 1, 2, 5 for the F. So that's F in first inversion. And then we're going to play the G7th, which normally is that, right? But we're going to leave out the D. So we have that for the G7th with 1, 2, 5. And that brings us back to 1, 2, 4 on the G, C, and the E. Excuse me. All right, let's try that together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, bounce, bounce. Pick up. 1, 2, pick up. 1, 2, pick up. I'll change the bass now. 2. So you might prefer having the bass down there. 2, 3. All right, now we're going to do something interesting. The right hand is going to be exactly the same as it was previously. The left hand's going to change, though. Instead of having 1, 4, 5, and 1, we're going to go 1, and we're going to put a D. So that's the 2. And if you look at what's called the 2 chord using a minor 7th, using 4 notes, this is more like a jazz chord now. You can see that the F major is a subset of what's called D minor 7th. So you have the D minor triad, and you have a minor 7th on the outside, and that qualifies as what's called a minor 7th chord. So instead of having this, with the F in the bass, watch this now. See? We have the D in the bass and an F triad above it, which is a D minor 7th chord. And then we go to the G7th and back. Okay, so let's try that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 2. Now a D in the bass, F major in the right hand, G7th without the 5th. And again, 2, 3, 3. See, there I went down to the D. You could also start way down here if you'd like. See, with the left hand. Up to you. So you can fool around with that. All right, next is, which we already did, and we're going to have 1, 2, and then 5, and then 1. So C, D, and G in the bass. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 2, pick up. 2, pick up. 2, and again. Let's try it again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, pick up. 2, 3, 1, 2, Notice how I get off the piano? I lift my wrists. Notice that my fingers are pointing down. Totally relaxed. All right, we're back to this area now. We start with the second inversion, C, then the first inversion, F, and the G7th in root position without the fifth, and back to the C. And left hand, we're going to have 1, 2, 5, 1 with that. All right, let's try. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 2, pick up. 2, 3, 2, again. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. And I don't know if you noticed, but that second time around, I flattened my fingers out and just went forward on them. So now the fingers are moving in an extended position rather than being curved like this and lifting like this. They're moving more extended from this knuckle. And what you want to do then is just follow it through, because these are moving like this and these pull you forward. See? So you just follow through, but get those fingers to move too. See? So 1, here's the F. And you're using flat fingers because you're coming up and you want to be on the pads of those fingers. You can't come up. Here you'll be on the nails of the fingers, all right? Okay. Well, if you grew up in the 50s and 60s, as I did, early 60s that is, almost every song you heard on the radio was this. Something of that nature. And that progression is called a 1, 6, 4, 5, 1. So you have C, 6 is A, 4 is F, and 5 is G. And that's the doo-wop sound. And you have to understand that this was right after World War II. These kids got together and they would sing doo-wop on street corners. They were basically uneducated in music theory. So everybody just, played off of these chords, and some incredible tunes came out of it, which is just wonderful. So let's take a look at this now. So our right hand is going to play C, root position, 1, 2, 4, and then your A minor is going to be in first inversion. It's right there. So C, E, A with your pinky, right, on top. And then F is right there, C, F, A. Okay, and then your G7th is right there, B, F, G with 1, 3, 4. All right, and then back to C. So let's try that together. We'll do 3 beats on each. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, here comes A minor. Here comes F, 4 chord. Here comes G7th, 5 chord. And 1, 2, 3, off. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 1 chord, 2, 6 chord, which is A minor, 4 chord, F, 2, G7, 5 chord, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're moving up to first inversion as our starting point for the 1 chord. So E, G, C, okay? That's your 1 chord. Now look at A minor, it's right here. The cool thing about these progressions is that there are so many common tones between these chords. Here I just have to change one note to get to A minor, and the two common tones are E and C. So we have 1, 2, 5 for the C, we have 1, 3, 5, and now we go to F, and these are common. See? And then your G7th is right there, F, G, B, with 1, 2, 4, and then back to E, G, C with 1, 2, 5. All right, let's try that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Off. Once again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. Pick up. 2, 3. 2, 3. And if you want to play your left hand legato connected, you can do that, but with the chords you have to pick up and separate them. All right, and that brings us now to second inversion, C. And we're going to do that with 1, 2, 4, G, C, E, and then look at A minor. We just move the thumb up, and we have A minor in root position, 1, 2, 4. That's your 6th chord. Now we go to the 4 chord, which is F, and that's in first inversion. And then the G7th, without the D, root position, and then back to C with 1, 2, 4. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Here comes A minor root position, to F major, to G7, good, and C, 2, 3, all. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. There's A minor right there, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, off. All right, so that's it for today. That should keep you going for a while, and we'll see you next time.